This is my Lexus ISF and I've owned it for 6 months now. So I'm going to do a quick video on what it's been like to own over the last 6 months, which have been winter, and what my future plans are for the car. Let's talk about it. The next thing I'm doing in the car is spacers. I've actually already ordered them. I've got 20mm going onto the front and 15mm going onto the rear. I'm going for a sort of OEM plus setup, so I'm also going to get these wheels redone in a sort of silvery finish because I'm not a big fan of this bronze. I thought I liked it, but I don't. Tyre wise, I've got 2 4.5s on the front, 2 7.5s on the rear. I don't want to risk any rubbing. It is stock height, so you can see it's quite high. Maybe that's something I'll address in the future. So one of the things that have bugged me with this car is the headlights, and I am going to restore them. So I've got a video coming on that soon, and if that fails, I will get some new lenses or just whole new units. But this is one of the priorities coming up. I do currently have an aftermarket exhaust setup. I've got a Hayward and Scott system with the X-Pipe. I like it, it sounds good, but I have been debating making it slightly louder, whether it's with headers, but they are really expensive, or a different exhaust setup, taking out the X-Pipe, taking out some silencers. I'm not too sure, but I'm kind of happy with how it is. I'm not 100% decided if I'm gonna make it louder or not. Sounds like this. Right, enough yapping, let's go for a drive. Driving my Lexus ISF. I'm just doing that Doug DeMuro thing. Yeah, ignore the changing clothes, continuity error on my part. It's the next day, but you know, doesn't matter. Actually, while we're doing a little intro again, if you could subscribe, it means a lot. It helps me out a lot. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you could hit that red button wherever it is, I would appreciate it a lot. Anyway, let's get on with the car. 6 months in, I am loving it, and I've had it mainly over winter at this point. So I got it in September and it's March, towards the end of March. So 6 months in, all through winter, and I still love this car. And it's days like this, and drives like this, that makes me realise this car can do everything. I know that when I bought it, and in the first video I did on this car, I did go on a lot about how it can do everything. But it really can, and I love it, and I cannot believe how underrated this car is. There's so many cool cars out there, you know, under £20,000. Or around £20,000, which this car is, and I know it's only a few months on, but I wholeheartedly agree, not in a biased way, slightly biased, but this is one of the best, if not the best, all-rounder at that price point. Yeah, okay, BMWs, sure, but slightly different, slightly wayward. ISF, so good. I've put a few thousand miles on it. I just got it serviced at the main dealer, which I'm going to do a separate video on, talking about servicing costs and everything like that, but I can let you know that it costs me £480 to do that service at the main dealer. I will do a more in-depth video of servicing costs in general and just maintenance and a bit of a should you or shouldn't you. Other than that, I've not done anything to the car. I've just recently, literally yesterday, actually day before yesterday when I started recording this video, I just ordered some spacers to space those wheels out because they just are so tucked in from factory, which you can see in the B-roll, in the look around shots. You can see how tucked in those wheels are. So I'm trying to get them out, and I think spacers will do the job. But generally speaking, I'm just enjoying it. I did mention with the exhaust, maybe I'll make it louder or not. I flip and flap, that's a word I'm using, between if I want it louder or not. I can't decide. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it's perfect level, and other times I'm driving. This morning, I went for a drive, 458 flew past me, we had a bit of fun. He loved it, by the way. Not more than me, I was loving it. And that car was so loud. I know it's a Ferrari, but it sounded so good. I was just like, oh, maybe I just need mine to be louder. Like, it sounds good, but I don't know if a super loud exhaust suits the sort of Lexus style. It's more of a low-key car, but it's also quite loud. This is my only car. I do work from home, so I don't commute in it, but I would if I had to. Other than the miles per gallon, I think, yeah, perfect. MPGs, we'll get onto that. Costs. That is the major cost, actually. We'll talk about it now. The major cost is fuel. No surprise, we're running a 5 litre V8, but it's expensive, and I only run it on 99, so Shell V-Power, Tesco, whatever, 99 octane only. And yeah, it's expensive, but hey, these cars aren't going to be around forever. Again, like I said in the first video, they're just not going to be around forever, so just enjoy them. Just take the fuel costs on the chin and just enjoy that V8. And that's what I'm doing. Similar to what I mentioned in my first video, actually, on this car. The suspension, yes, it's pretty firm, but I'm so used to it now. It's really not bad. This is stock suspension. The worst thing about stock suspension is how high the front sits. That's the only bad thing. It's firm, but you got to remember, you're not in a proper Lexus. I mean, you're in a proper Lexus, but you're not in a comfort Lexus. You're not in an LS. You're in an ISF. It's like an pothole. It's like an M3. You wouldn't hop in an M3 and go, "Oh, that's way too firm." You just wouldn't. So don't moan about it. It's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, it is pretty firm, but it's also direct and nice and responsive and just what you want out of a sporty saloon. McLaren. He loved it. He didn't have a clue. So my next plans for this car is, like I say, just enjoy it, but I've got a Euro trip planned. I'm going to the Nürburgring, going to Switzerland, Stelvio Pass, through Germany. A big 2-week trip. This is the perfect car for that, and there's going to be loads of videos on that as well. So if you want to watch that, Nürburgring laps, driving through the Alps, Stelvio Pass, general just cool videos. I've got so many cool videos planned for that trip. Subscribe as well. That's 2 plugs now. I've asked you to subscribe twice, so do it. Thanks. But yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this car, drive it. It's on 58,000 miles. It's not really been driven much. I plan on taking that high. Who cares about mileage? Just enjoy the car. That's what I want to do. I'm not too fussed about mods. I think I'll just mod things if things break. Touch wood, they don't. But for example, if my shocks give out, I'll put in some coilovers. I thought about putting in some lowering springs. I still debate it every now and then. But for the road trip, I kind of like the fact that I can go down a road if it's got speed bumps on and I'm not going to lose my bumper. So it's a bit of a catch-22 really. Yes, it would look cooler and loads better if it was lower, granted. But also at the same time, I like being able to drive over speed bumps. I think I'm just getting old really. So other than a few mods, I'm going to do a video coming soon. I'm going to restore those headlights like I mentioned, but I'm also going to do a full paint correction, or at least give it a go. I'm not a detailer. I'm not even good at washing cars, to be honest with you, but I feel like it'll make a good video. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and do like an amateur detailing video or paint correction, because that's one thing this car needs. It definitely needs the swells taken out of it. Maybe a little ceramic coating as well. So again, stay tuned for that. So conclusion really, it's only a short video. I just wanted to do a little update, 6-month ownership, because I can't believe it's been 6 months already. Considering the 6 months I've owned it have been, you know, miserable, grey, salty roads, icy roads. I cannot believe how much this car's got under my skin. Is that a Mark 1 Focus RS? I think it is. Watch it go past. Here we are. Looks good. Love that, mate. Of course, he was wearing a monster top, and he also ignored me, so cut that out. Yeah, so over the last 6 months, has it got under my skin? Yes. Do I love it more? Yes. I think for a car to get under your skin, obviously it's got to work, but it's got to have a bit of personality about it. And I think this engine and this dual personality it's got, you know, cruising along automatic, not even in manual right now, not even in sport, fine. No one even looks at it, and then you hoon it and it's like, wow. So yeah, it's really got under my skin and I absolutely love it. And I, to this day, can't understand why it's not a sort of more not sought after, but a more popular car, especially in the UK. I think some people don't even know what it is. I do some videos on TikTok on it and people do like it, granted, but then I feel like, you know, it's not an M240i or it's not an M140i or it's not an RS3, and people are like, But I'm not, you know, I don't buy cars to impress people, I buy it for myself, so here we are. Granted, I do like it when people like my car, but I don't buy it for other people. That would be weird. But yeah, a little update from me. I didn't really want to do a long video, just wanted to say what's been going on in the last 6 months and how am I finding the car. And I, in fact, love it. So yeah, subscribe for those videos I've mentioned coming soon, road trips, track days, just enjoying the car and a few little, you know, maybe a few little cosmetic mods and just generally looking after it. Yeah, subscribe, let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see anything from this? Do you want me to do any particular videos? Let me know. Cheers. That's what the car's been like to own over the last 6 months. Those are my upcoming plans with it. I love it. I wouldn't choose another car for the same money at this point in my life. So yeah, I love it. Drop me a follow for more, subscribe, all those likes and all those things. More car content coming with this, road trip content like I mentioned. Just loads more content coming, so cheers. Anyway, What was I saying? Yeah, over the next, no. Another yellow Nissan Juke. They are stalking me. It's got a roof rack on this one. With the black wheels, wow.